All right. Any questions for Coach Versyp?
Hey, Coach. How's it going?
All right.
So, obviously, a good end to the non-conference slate. What do you think the biggest thing that you guys learned in these 4 games has been?
I mean, just different lineups, being able to go big, change tempo. We've played a lot of guard teams. So we've had to play a lot of our guards, six or seven guards, and our posts haven't had as much highlights in it. But, Fatu and Shea have come in and done some good things. And I think our changing of defenses has, caused some problems for some individuals. And we keep getting to the foul line. We always want to go 20 plus. Our percentage went up today. We're trying to get to that 80% mark. But what I was pleased with is sharing the basketball, 21 assists on 26 field goals. So that obviously is a very good stat.
Yeah, you talked about how you wanted Brooke Moore to be a little more unselfish with the basketball, and of course she's just 1 assist away from a double-double. So how do you think she's progressed throughout these 4 games?
I thought she progressed. Each game she keeps continuing to get better and better. Having 9 assists tonight was very, very key. I thought our offense was flowing really well in the first half. She kind of disappeared in that second half a little bit, and that's just continuing to understand that she can create for others and herself. And there was a couple times where she had the 2 turnovers when she had 0 turnovers, where she should have done pull-up jump shots rather trying to force to a post player that's undersized. But other than that, I mean, an incredible stat line.
Where do you think the biggest room for improvement is before Thursday?
I think the biggest improvement is just being able to play, depending on our personnel, hopefully play, our bigs to really see what they're about. We've got to be able to get better in a 2-3 zone, to utilize our size at times. We got to continue to do better on the boards if they're, 3-point shooters. So, for us, is when we get into the Big Ten play, then you obviously have bigs playing, and so you can kind of do a lot of, variation on your defense and your offense.
Definitely. So, Cassie Harden obviously didn't make too much of an impact today. She didn't play very many minutes. She was taken out. When do you think she'll be back to what we saw last season?
I mean, it's going to take a while. She's only practiced 5 practices. So everybody else has practiced 50 to 60. So it always takes a minute. You got to let the game come to you. It's continuing to, matchups with games. She's working hard, but, doing 5 full practices compared to everybody else's 40 to 60 is a bit different. It takes time. I think you saw, Madison kind of did the same thing. She might have played more minutes. Madison, some rebounds and defends, but, Cass is going to be fine. But we just got to, everybody's got to be patient.
Final question. It seems like Madison Layton finally flipped the switch. It seemed like, she was back to the performance that we saw her have in high school. So what do you think it took for her to kind of dust off the cobwebs and get back to normal? Was it practicing more and getting back in shape?
I think she's just feeling better. I think obviously she's got a brace on her knee, so she's moving better, feeling better. She's playing defense, where the first couple games, again, she only had 4 or 5 practices before she got in. So I think she's just getting into shape, understanding where the flow of the game's coming from. She had 9 deflections, but she had 4 steals tonight. That's big. So, her length and understanding, her talent and her skill set is what's really big. And so it's just nice to see her continue doing what she's doing.
That's all I got. Thank you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Joe or Hannah?
Yeah, I had a again, the team had a pretty good performance from the 3-point line, like they did in the last game. I know the first 2 games, the shots just weren't falling. What do you think the biggest difference is, again, just between those first 2 games and now why those 3 pointers are starting to fall
Well, when we didn't shoot well against Valpo, we only had like 1 or 2 assists, so that pretty much sums it up. We're not a one-on-one team, so when we're doing an extra pass, we're doing a fan out, we're doing a penetrate and pitch and kick. You got to be in rhythm. You got to be in the flow of the game. You can't force things. A big dagger was when we. Even in this game is when we attacked the baseline, we did an extra pass, and Jay was wide open for a 3, and she nailed the 3. So, when you're in rhythm and someone's giving you a great pass and you're not trying to do it, by yourself, hopefully the ball goes in a little bit better and you've got good rhythm.
What changed in the fourth quarter that kind of allowed Bowling Green to outscore you in the fourth quarter and kind of how that come back that they did?
Yeah, we just got really stagnant. We didn't have anybody get into the paint. They went small the whole time, so our bigs couldn't really guard them. So we went small. We tried to force the ball inside. We had opportunities when our bigs were in, but we missed those. And then we tried to do too much when we had a small 5 in when Tam was a 5. So, but we were just stagnant. Everybody was just standing there, shooting outside shots rather. Creating for somebody else, penetrating, doing pull-up jump shots. I thought Kayana, the last 5 minutes, really took over, and she was able to, get to the foul line and do some things and just create for herself. So it was great that she was able to finish so many layups at the end. But, we just got stagnant, and we've got to share the ball.
Is Kayana's role on the team increasing in terms of like a leadership role, you think?
She's everything to us. Kayana is our floor leader. She's our communicator. She's one of our top defenders. She's scoring at 3 levels. She understands the game. She understands what we want as coaches. So her play is incredible. She's still been in double figures. She, has great assists. She limited her turnovers. So, Kayana is really just uplifting and making everybody around her better.
Thanks, Coach.
Anybody else for Coach? Cool. Thank you, Coach.
Great, thanks. Have a good Sunday.